Good morning, everyone. Hey. Oh, damn. Must be a bad morning. Good morning, everyone. That's a little bit better, a little bit better. So welcome back to Imbibe Live 2021. 21, that was it. I forgot there was 1 year beforehand that wasn't there. So yes, so thank you for joining us this morning. And it is still morning. So I'm going to talk maybe for about 15 minutes before we have a rum. And then I won't get accused of making you guys drink early and all day, because you can't drink all day unless you start in the morning. In fact, we should do the rums early, yeah. We'll do the rums before 12. Forget everything I've just said. We want to drink all day, and you're going to drink all day because we're here to learn about drinks. We're here to imbibe, and we're here in this little session to learn or share or find out about the world's greatest spirit, which is... Who said vodka? Oh, okay. Just in case, I'm the vodka assassin, just in case anyone wants to know what I do and why I'm here. But anyway, the reason why I'm here, because my name is Ian Burrell. I'm unofficially or officially the Global Ambassador for Rum. Now, what does that mean? It just means I get to travel around the world. I work with amazing people, bartenders, mixologists. You look like a mixologist. Are you a mixologist? No? Okay. Cocktologists. Oh, we got cocktologists over here, cocktologists. I work with some amazing people and get paid for doing it. I'm like, that's just a dream. I can never even imagine that while I was in school of what I was going to be. I thought I was going to be a chemist. I thought I was going to be a thespian, an actor. Ended up being a rum ambassador, travel around the world. So, I'm going to talk about rum, naturally, being a rum ambassador. Does anyone like rum here at all? Yeah, we've got a couple people, 2 people in the front, 1 lady in the cheap seats at the back. Yeah, you like rum? Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, the VIP seat, sorry. Yeah, everyone loves rum, or everyone loves a form of rum. I always like to say there's no such thing as a bad rum, just bad rum experiences. Yeah, because you may drink a rum and I'm like, oh, that's terrible. And you're like, no, but Ian, I love it. It makes me feel good. It reminds me of my holiday in the Caribbean. I'm like, well, you know what? I can't argue with that. It's your experience. I may drink a rum like the first rum I drank when I was 4 days old. Ray and Nephew, overproof. As a Jamaican. You mean no? See, this is like, no. You had a bad experience. Yes, it was a bad rum experience for you, but it's a great rum experience for me. When I was running after drinking that, I thought I could run 100 meters in 9.53 seconds. So it's a great experience for me, bad experience for you. So rums are about experiences. And I could do a whole seminar and talk about experiences, but no, we've only got 45 minutes, well now 42 minutes, to get through 3 rums, 3 cocktails, and share some pearls of wisdom, a little bit about the rum industry. So let's continue. Hopefully this works. So just to remind you, I'm the Global Ambassador for the Rum Category. Ian Burrell, 2 R's, 2 L's, because none of your journalists there make that 2 R's, 2 L's, not 1 L. And if you do want to follow me and follow what I do, which some people don't because they're like, I can't believe you're in the Caribbean again, Ian. I can't believe you're in this country again. I'm stuck in Pimlico. Being cold. If you do want to follow me, yeah, Facebook and Instagram and all those type of things, please leave a message and ask me your favorite rum recipe, and you may win a prize. You may even win a free subscription to the Craft Rum Box, which, yeah, Craft Rum Club. Forget the Craft Rum Box, that's rubbish. The Craft Rum Club. You may even get a free subscription there because I've been told not to go over here. So, let's get on. I'm gonna, because some people get really shy, I'm going to pretend that you've asked these questions about rum. Yeah? I'm going to pretend. So the first one is, this young man has said, Ian.
What are the regular rum offerings on bars?
Great question, mate. Great question. What are the regular rum offerings on bars? Now, that's a great question because when I go to a lot of bars in the UK, I always see things on the menus like white, golden, dark. What does that mean? White, golden, dark. What is a white rum? Just a rum that looks white, but is it really a style? Should it be categorized? This young lady over here said, Ray Nephew, ooh, 63% alcohol by volume, a Jamaican rum, single blended, strong, great in a rum punch, great in a rum punch. Has anyone ever tasted Bacardi? Yeah, Bacardi, yeah? A light Puerto Rican rum, 40% alcohol by volume, or 37.5 if you're here in Europe. But they're both white rums. They both look white. But then they're completely different, night and day. So you can't categorize your rum list as white, gold, and dark. surmise you should maybe categorize it as Jamaican rum, put Ray Nephew there, and Puerto Rican rum, put Bacardi there. Because then you're categorizing it like your whiskeys. You put Scotch in one category, Irish in another category, maybe American or Japanese. Yeah, different styles of whiskeys under the title of where they're made. That's how I see, or how I reckon rum should be marketed and promoted and put on your menus in that way. So great question, sir. Would you like to ask a question?
Yeah, what are the suggested rum categories?
Oh, what are suggested rum categories? You wasn't listening. I just said it. I just said Jamaica, Puerto Rico. No, great question. What are suggested rum categories? I think, especially for the majority of rum drinkers that come into our bars, our restaurants, why not use the islands? Use the islands. So let's put all the Jamaican rum under one section. Because Jamaican rums are stereotypically funky. A little bit of high energy. Makes you want to dance like Bob Marley after you've had a few. Yeah, rums like Appleton, rums like Ray and Nephew, rums like Hamden, Worthy Park. Robust, almost like the Isle of whiskey of the rum world. Yeah, categorize it. Puerto Rican rums like Bacardi. Puerto Rico traditionally are light, very subtle. Some might even say, oh, it's vodka-esque, but it's not true because you can tell the difference between a light Puerto Rican rum and a vodka if you did a blind tasting. So, but in Puerto Rico, they don't make their rums the same way as Jamaica does. They want their rums light. So it makes sense putting the Puerto Rican rums into one little section, one little category. And we can do the same for Barbados rums, Cuban rums, Venezuelan rums, rums from Martinique. Yeah, all blended rums from different regions under one category. So in answer to the question, that's the type of category I would do. Great question, sir. If I had a prize, I'd give you a prize. I would like to ask a question.
Oh, yes. What are the rising stars in the rum category and why?
Oh, what? Don't add stuff to my stuff. Don't add stuff. What are the rising stars to the rum category? Great question. You must be from Pimlico or something like that. The rising stars. Well, there are some amazing rum brands that either been launched during the pandemic, which was very crazy, or they may have been launched a little bit just before the pandemic, which was ambitious. And the reason why is because a lot of people just look at rum as just something you're going to mix with your favorite mixer. Mix it with Coca-Cola. You're going to mix it with ginger beer. But there are so many great rums that are sipped and savored neat just by themselves, just the same way as you may do some of the best whiskeys in the world, from Ireland, from America, from Japan, from... No, I'm not going to say that region because their whiskeys are not good, so I won't mention them. But there are some great rums out there that you can sip and savor that are 5, 10, 15, 21 years old. And they've matured in American oak. They've matured in cognac casks. They've been finished in wine barrels. And they can be sipped and savored. Or, if you are where's my coctologist friend? He's gone. Maybe he's gone to a better class. But anyway, as bartenders like to do, we like to use really premium products in our cocktails. Because why not make the cocktail better by using a premium spirit inside there? So we like to use better styles of rum to make better cocktails. And that's the reason why these are the stars, the premium rum category. In fact, just to prove this, great question, I might use 3 premium rums. Oh, look, there's 3 premium rums here. I might use 3 premium rums just to emphasize this point. But not only emphasize the point, but also talk a little bit about what happened during the pandemic, what I saw the rum companies doing, what I saw some of my favorite bars around the world, but especially here in the UK, what they did with rums to help their business and help them move on. So is that okay? Can I do that? I don't hear anyone. I'm going to see nodding. Do it. Okay, right. So let's see, well, where can we start? Let's start with Trailer Happiness. Anyone been to Trailer Happiness before? A couple people. You've been to Trailer Happiness? You've been to Trailer Happiness? You've been to Trailer Happiness? If you've been to Trailer Happiness, you remember going to Trailer Happiness. You didn't experience it. Well, because I don't remember that. I remember going there, but I don't remember leaving the last time. It was that good of an experience. Trailer Happiness in West London, absolutely amazing bar, Portobello Road, basement bar, was a basement bar. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, as we know, the crazy rains that happened actually devastated the bar and the foundation, so they had to close. But the reason why I love this industry is that the industry got together, went online and raised £50,000 in a matter of a couple of weeks just to keep the bar afloat, help pay the staff, and also help them set up a pop-up bar called A Little Happiness just upstairs on the street level, where they can do a pop-up every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It might even be there tonight, but every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday keeps the bar afloat and also helps pay the wages. But one other thing they did, like many bars during the pandemic, was they did partnerships with various different brands to create RTDs. Oh, thank you. Which one's this one? Oh, yeah, I smell it. They created RTDs, bottled cocktails. So let's focus on that part, because I feel, as a person from the old school on the industry, I always thought RTDs, bottled cocktails, never catch on. We're doing ourselves out of a job. Why do we want consumers drinking rum cocktails at home? They should be in the bar experiencing our cocktails, experiencing our bad jokes. Yes, experiencing our beautiful clothes and decor and tiki costumes and tropical wear and beautiful smiles. Yes, this is what we want customers experiencing. So why do we want them to drink our drinks at home? Well, basically we're leveraging our time. If a customer's drinking a cocktail we've created in our bar on a Monday and they drink it on a Friday because they couldn't come to our bar on a Friday, we're still earning revenue. Still earning revenue. And then when they do decide to come out because they enjoyed the drink, they're going to come to our bar, so we get even more revenue from them. And then they can have a house party. I bet you've done this before. You have a house party. You take out a little cocktail that someone else has made from a bar, pour it out and say, look, I just made this. Oh my God, you're just the best bartender in the world. I bet you've done that before. I've done it before. So yes, so Trailer Happiness. So they did partnerships. The actual cocktail you're going to try is the Espresso Martiki. Anyone like Espresso Martinis? Yeah, they're not bad. Got vodka in it, but they're not bad. So the Espresso Martiki is basically a riff on that with, of course, rum, a little bit of a coffee liqueur, Velvet Falernum, which is a rum liqueur from Barbados. I know some bartenders make their own Falernum, but true Falernum comes from Barbados. It's a Barbados liqueur. Don't fight me, fight the people from Barbados, because they created it. Homebrew coffee. But the rum, or the spiced rum you have in front of you, is the base of this drink. So what you have in front of you is the Don Q Oaked Barrel Spice. And it's rum o'clock. Ding, 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 ding. Rum o'clock, rum o'clock. That means you're allowed to drink rum. So, wow, you guys have just dived straight in, haven't you? I was going to do a little professional tasting note here, and this guy's just like, forget you, Ian, I'm just drinking. It's rum o'clock. Well, if anyone hasn't sipped or savored their product yet, what you have in front of you is a spiced rum. Not a rum, a spiced rum. Big difference. Anyone comes into your bar and you say, what rum do you want? And they say, Kraken. Nothing wrong with Kraken. Nothing wrong with Kraken, but it's a spiced rum. It's not a rum. So you say, okay, you want a spiced rum. Not a rum. A spiced rum is a rum that has been spiced. Should be. Or it, unfortunately, because there is no definition of officially what a spiced rum is, there are some really bad products out there that pretend to be rum and add spices and flavors and sell themselves as spiced rum. And then you go into the supermarkets and you see them right next to real spiced rums and real rums. That's something we have to fight against in the industry. That is something that's an ongoing battle. And I hope you guys will join us in helping real rums, real spice rums, actually have their day in the sun. That sounds really nice. I hope you recording this, just in case I forget about this. Yeah. Right. So what we have is the Don Q. This is a 3-year-old rum that has been spiced in the barrel. 3-year-old Puerto Rican rum. What do I mean by Puerto Rican rum? Made in Puerto Rico. Light. Thank you. You were listening. Yes. Light. Not as heavy as a Jamaican rum or a Martinique rum. Actually, to be a rum in Puerto Rico, you have to age your sugarcane spirit for at least 1 year minimum. If it's not in a barrel for 1 year, you can't call it rum. So even Bacardi has been aged for 1 year in a barrel, and they filter the charcoal out to take the color out so it becomes water white. So these guys use a 3-year-old rum. They add spices inside there, 45% alcohol by volume, a good drinking strength. Really great for your favorite highballs, spice rum and tonic, spice rum and ginger beers, spice rum and cokes. But what do you guys say? Do you have a handheld microphone at all? I just want to hear what these guys are saying. Is anyone going to give me like a little note they're picking up? Oh, we have someone there very eager. Oh, you can do it because you look better than I do. Yeah. This guy here, what are you saying?
Vanilla and toffee.
Vanilla and coffee. I always do that. I talk into my glass because I think I have a handheld mic.
Vanilla and toffee.
Vanilla and toffee, yes. Vanilla and toffee, yeah. Anyone else get that? I do apologize if you can't smell anything. Maybe you might have that little illness that we had that everyone's trying to fight again. Maybe you do a little bit of powder. I'm not going to go into your personal lives, but I'm not going to go into your personal lives. But if you can smell this, then you're not doing any of the two, which is great. Anyone else got a tasting note? Anyone else a tasting note? Oh, we have over here.
Marshmallow.
Marshmallows. Wow, yes, I like that. Marshmallows. You mean like, because you know some marshmallows have that bit of vanilla and a bit of toasted marshmallows. Wow, yes, I like that. Toasted marshmallow. What about on the taste? On the taste, what are we getting on the taste? Is it warm? Is it long? Is it light? Dry? Big in flavor? What do we say? Smoky. Get a bit of smoke inside it. Okay, nice. A bit of smoke. What about you, young ladies? What are you getting? Wait a minute, are you over 18? Just checking. Make sure. Did you guys check ID? I think like about 17, but no. What are we getting here? Where's my microphone? Microphone.
I got like vanilla,
Honey. Perfect. Bit of chili, bit of spice.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I've got a colder right now,
Yeah.
and I can really feel it in my chest, and I feel like my cold has gone.
Yes. Yeah, man, I love that. She said, I got a bit of a cold, but as it's going down, it feels like my cold is gone. That's what rum does. Oh, over here.
You might not like this, but it tastes a bit like the new Bacardi spiced, but a bit more premium.
Oh, whoa. You know what? If the Don Q guys heard you say that, they would hire you as a brand ambassador. Because it's a little bit of a rivalry on the island, Don Q and Bacardi, and you just said it tastes like, in a very eloquent Scottish accent, you said, no, I'm not going to do a Scottish impersonation. It tastes like Bacardi spice, but a little bit more premium. He's a brand ambassador for Don Q. But yes, it's a really nice, elegant spice rum. I love using it in daiquiris as well, make a spice rum daiquiri. But you also have the Espresso Martiki from Trailer Happiness, what they actually sold as their individual bottles. And it helped them keep afloat. All their regular customers were paying for this during lockdown, and it helped them pay bills, pay wages, supplement wages when their staff were furloughed. So a great combination between Don Q and Trailer Happiness. What do you think of the Espresso Martiki? It's okay? She likes it? Oh, like it? It's okay. Oh, I love you. See? She said it's better than the Espresso Martini. I love that. Anytime we have a chance to bash vodka, no offense if anyone's vodka ambassadors or work for a vodka brand, I don't care. Then we're going to bash them. So, that's the Don Q Spice, oak barrel, 3-year-old rum, spices in the barrel, Puerto Rican, 45% alcohol by volume. And this is the menu if you ever go down to A Little Happiness to get to try it. Okay, let's try another rum. Thank you, sir. Give a big hand to my maestro over here, looks after all the rums. I can't remember his name. Oh, we'll do a little tap there. We're actually clapping for you with the rums that you're bringing out. So, next rum. And while the next rum comes out, for our geeky bartenders, I've got a little bit of geekiness for you. The Espresso Martiki was created by a bartender, a Slovakian bartender called Martin Hudak at maybe Sammy's in Australia. Actually, it was one of the last bars I went to before lockdown last year. It was in Australia, amazing, great bar. So he created it there. Now he's a brand ambassador for Mr. Black's Coffee. So, and as we said before, this is a riff on the classic cocktail, the Espresso Martini, created by the legendary Dick Bradshaw here in London. We are in London, aren't we? Yeah, we're in London. We're in London. Oh, nice. Okay, let me have a little sip of this. Oh. See, if you came earlier, you could have had a drink. You're late. I'll get them to pour one. I'll get them to pour one out for you. Oh, nothing better than the coffee. Oh, thank you. I love when I get given free rum. Okay, right. Next rum. Next bar. Lucky Cane in Islington. Has anyone been to Lucky Cane in Islington? Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's like, of course I've been there. Ian, what are you drinking? Of course I've been there. Great bar, yeah? Do you remember leaving? If you didn't enjoy yourself, Lucky Kane, one of my favorite bars. Hey, Philip. One of my favorite bars. Amazing place. Great rums, great cocktails, great energy. It's escapism. You walk into the bar and you don't feel like it's dreary London with rain and snow. Well, it's not snowing yet, but it will be. No politics except for the politics between Jamaica rum, Barbados rum, Martinique rum, Guadeloupe rum, Puerto Rican rum, Cuban rum. It's the only politics you need to have in a good rum bar. Which rum are you going to drink and why you have that affinity to it? Is it that emotional connection? Were you on the beach in Dominican Republic recently drinking rum? You wish? Okay, we'll arrange it for you. We'll arrange it for you. So this is the only politics that happens in this. It's a great bar, escapism. And they make great cocktails. So they did a partnership with an amazing company that set up during the pandemic called the Drinks Drop. So this company here, bartenders, they work with bars, but what they do, they create cocktails, classic cocktails with bars to drop to people's houses within 24 hours. If you live in London, I think it might be 48 hours if you live out in the Outer Hebrides or in Scotland. You might get some in 48 hours. But if you live in London, you'll get a great cocktail made by bartenders, handmade, based on some of the best bars in the world, and you get it straight to your table on your door, and you can impress your friends again and tell them you made the cocktail, and you'll just be the belle of every party until you have to actually make it live. So we are going to try the Cuban Colada. You know why? If you like pina colada. And it was raining today as well, wasn't it? Yeah, I got caught in the rain. And I'm not into yoga, and I always drink every now and again free champagne. Have I made love in the moonlight? I can't remember. My eyes was closed. Anyway, so classic song, if you like pina colada. It's actually called Escape. So we're going to do the Cuban Colada, which is a collaboration between Drinks Drop, we made it, of course, Lucky Kane, and, that's the recipe, and Rum Santiago de Cuba. Yes, a great tasting rum from Cuba. Here we go. So that's the second rum that you have. If anyone still has, probably haven't. If you're from Scotland, you probably drunk it very quickly. If you still, you still have the first rum. If you still have the first rum, if you still have the first rum, you can do comparisons. Really sorry about not having tables there to line them up in front of you to do. It's cut budgets. Oh, thank you. Don't forget the cheap seats, the freebies out there. Sorry about not having tables in front of you, cuts and budgets and all this type of stuff. So you have to hold it in your hands or put it on the floor. But this is a Santiago de Cuba is a genuine 11-year-old rum. One of the rules in Cuba is if you put an age claim on the bottle of rum, the youngest product has to be the label, the number you put on the label. So they don't do blending like average aging. They don't do Solera. They do minimum aging. In fact, it is so complex, the blending process of making this rum. There are rums in there that are like 15, 16, 17 years old within that blend that have been used to create the Santiago de Cuba 11. Cuban style, light, a bit more woody, natural spices, slight sweetness. They may put a touch of sugar in their rums, only a touch, maximum of 2 grams a liter. Yeah, maximum. But not all rums have that in Cuba. Some have less. So just to help drive that flavor. We also get a little bit of spice on there, natural spice, 40% alcohol by volume. Yeah, so great in light styles of cocktails. But don't listen to me. I want to hear your tasting notes. What do you guys say? Anyone got any tasting notes on the Santiago de Cuba? Oh, question over here.
So is it generally frowned upon to add sugar to a rum?
Oh, great question. Is it generally frowned upon to add sugar to a rum? It depends on where it's being made. If you're making rum in Barbados, you're making rum in Jamaica, you're making rum in Martinique, legally you cannot add rum to sweeten up your product. So it's frowned upon in those countries. But in countries like Venezuela, Guatemala, even Puerto Rico, then it's not frowned upon because sometimes they add sugar or add sweeteners like wines to their products to create their style of rum. So if you don't like sugar in your rums, then I suggest, first of all, look where the rum is made. And if it's a Jamaican rum, then 99.9% of the times it won't have any sugar in it, because that's against the law in Jamaica. Yep. Same as in Barbados. There are a few brands that will actually add sugar post-distillation, because there's no sugar in any alcohol when you make it. It always comes after you blend it. There are some that will buy rums from one country, take to their country, add sugar to it. And because rums are disrespected, we are still at a stage where I could buy a rum from Antigua, another beautiful tasting island, who don't put sugar in. There's only one distillery, don't put sugar in their rum. I could bring it to England, add sugar to it, age it a little bit, add sugar to it, and then sell it as an Antiguan rum, when technically it's not an Antiguan rum anymore. So these are some of the rules and regulations that we have to really clean up within the rum industry. Legend, Mr. Reed. So great question. Great. It wasn't a loaded question because I've never met you before. Well, not until yesterday. It was a loaded question. But yeah, for me, when it comes to rums, just like this rum, it's about rum experiences, as I said at the start. If you enjoy it, it's a great rum experience. If you don't, it's a bad rum experience. It doesn't mean it's a bad rum, just a bad rum experience. Wow, he's finished it. Oh, cheers. This guy's got a constant smile on his face. He's happy. You know he's been to Lucky Cane. What about the cocktail? What about the Cuban Colada? You like it? Does it make you feel like you're in Cuba? You can do salsa. Can you salsa? Well, after a few of these, we'll salsa later. Oh, this is what you can get. You can either order it in small little pouches, or if you've got a big party, you can actually order a box. And the great thing is when the box is finished, they give you a little bag, free post it back, and then they'll reuse it. So it's sustainable as well. They're lowering what's called the wastage. So it's absolutely brilliant concept. And of course, working with the bars. Working with the bars are out there. Not only Lucky Cane, but again, working with a few of the other big time bars out there. So did I get one? I did get one. Is that the same one? Is that one? Oh, we're doing more. Oh, wow. You guys are lucky. Apparently, we were only supposed to do like 30 samples, but because this session is quite busy, we're going to do a little bit extra, a little bit more. You sure that's number 2? Okay, cool, go for it. I'll just drink this. Hey, one of my favorite drinks in the world is a free one. Oh, I almost feel like I'm speaking Cuban now after a few of these. Are you sure this is a Cuban Colada? Cuban Colada. This is number 3. The one's coming out is number 3. Okay. Huh? I know I was going to say it didn't taste like Cuban Colada. Oh, there's a Cuban Colada. That's better. That's better. I get a little bit of butterscotch on a Colada. Yeah, a bit of butterscotch. Quick, you have to be quick. Anytime I'm looking down, you need the mic, unless you want to give me the microphone.
So I was just saying, I tasted a bit of orange in the actual rum, and this tastes like melon, but it's not melon in there. Yeah.
Yes, a bit of what's called orange notes on the rum. Yes, you will get that. Have we brought out the last cocktail yet? You have to let me know because they've just given the last cocktail as the second cocktail. Has anyone got the last one, the melon one? You haven't got the last one. This is the last one coming out now. This is the last one.
Switch the order. So that went out as number 2, but you just got that switch it. I told them as they went round, they know. You just got
Oh, thank you. Sorry, they switched the drinks. Didn't tell the speaker, but they told you guys. Which means I've just done a whole talk on Cuban Coladas without... That explains why it tastes like melon. Apologize for that. We did have an order, as you saw up there, but it got switched. So the second drink you had wasn't the Cuban Colada. It was actually, let me quickly go for it. You actually got the Cantaloupe Melon Mai Tai. Yeah, got the Cantaloupe Melon Mai Tai. Now you're getting melon, Cantaloupe melon. Yeah, I hope they've got the order because you got that. Can you tell the difference? Have you got two light-colored drinks? One should be melon and the other one should be like coconutty and pineapple-y. One has ice in it. Yeah. Yeah. Have you got 2 drinks? Have you drunk them already? What about the rums, guys? Guys, hello. Has the 3rd rum come out? Okay, has everyone got the last rum? Yeah. Last rum. Can we have a nose and taste of the last rum? Right. You haven't got the last rum. Someone down here hasn't got the last rum. Yep, last rum, last rum. Okay, so the last rum you have is the base of the last cocktail, the third cocktail, which was the Melon Mai Tai. And the last rum is a first. It's a blend of rums from Africa and the Caribbean. The rum from Africa is coming from Mauritius, and that's sent all the way to Barbados, to a distillery called Foursquare. I think this lady here didn't get one. Yeah, on the last rum. Did you get a rum? You're not drinking. You're not drinking. All the way to Barbados. So it goes on a boat all the way to Barbados. It's blended there at a distillery called Foursquare, which is the award-winning rum. And then it's bottled and sent here to the UK. And that's what you see here, the Equiano. And just in case anyone asks, why is it called Equiano, who Equiano was? Equiano was an African that was enslaved in the 18th century. He was taken from Africa to Barbados, the same journey our rum makes, and then left Barbados and came to the UK and became a world-famous writer. Actually wrote a book called The Interesting Narrative of Alauda Equiano, which went on to inform the Transatlantic Slave Act of 1807 to abolish slavery and the transatlantic of the people trafficking of Africans to the Caribbean. So a very important person. Lived here in London, around near Tottenham Court Road, Riding Street. So we decided to dedicate a rum after him. 43% alcohol, premium sector, which again is that sector that's growing. Blend of cognac cask and American oak. 43% alcohol. Ooh, that goes down nice and easy. Nice and easy. And then you can have the Mai Tai, which came out in a different order. You can have the Mai Tai to actually see how the rum is using the Mai Tai. So question over here.
So excluding the three spiced rums that you have in front of you,
They're not spiced, only one spice.
well,
the last-
excluding what's in front of you, what's your all-time top three spiced rums?
Oh,
That's what I'm interested in. If you're the
my
spiced rum master,
all-time top three
what's the
spiced
top three
rums?
spiced rums?
I actually have three. The one in my glass, the next one, and the free one.
Actual bottles we can buy, please.
There's too many good rums out there and good spice rums out there for me to actually narrow it down to three. It's a disservice. It depends on the moment. If I'm sitting with you, we're drinking a couple of rums, it may be one brand. If I'm sitting with these two ladies here, it might be another brand. If I'm sitting with these two, it may be another brand. It's about the moment.
If I wasn't asking a politician, what would be the top three
I'm
rums?
not a politician. I'm just a rum drinker. I just drink rum. The best rum in the world is the rum that you're enjoying. Simple. There's your answer. No one brand. Thank you. Second emotion, Market Row over there, Brixton. Well, he's not happy with that answer. You wanted me to say your brand. Okay, right. So, Cantaloupe watermelon. This was created by, just quickly going back there, created by Alex Cretana and Monica Berg. Number 1 and number 2, or in the top 5 influencers in the world. Amazing husband and wife team. Run a bar called Taylor and Elementary, and they created this, the Cantaloupe Mai Tai with the Equiano, so a partnership with the two bars. So, and just a little geeky fact on the Mai Tai, created by this guy, Jules, Trader Vic, 1944, Oakland, California. Mai Tai, if anyone speaks Tahitian, means out of the world, the best, or Mai Tai Aurore, and that's why I call it Mai Tai. I just always imagined if they went into a bar in Jamaica and made that drink, if the customer was in there, the customer wouldn't have said Mai Tai Aurore, the customer would have said Ras, and the Mai Tai would have been called the Ras, as opposed to Mai Tai. So just interesting parallel universe. Instead of a bar in Oakland saying Mai Tai Aurore, they might have gone to a Jamaican bar. And the rum that was used in original Mai Tai was a Ray and Nephew 17-year-old, very old and expensive rum now, about £50,000 a bottle. So as I finish up, in case there's any questions, if there aren't any more questions, you know where my Instagram is, Facebook, you can contact me there and ask questions. But if you do want any more information about rum and the party and the movement, come to Rum Fest, 16th, 17th of October, 10 minutes down the road from here, Lily Road, the ILEC Conference Center. We have a trade day, just for trade, on the Friday, and a consumer day on the Saturday. So come down, taste, sample, learn, conference, learn more about rums on the trade day, and come and party and enjoy rums on the Saturday. So that was it. And my friend's gone, but I'm going to reiterate on his question that he asked me. The best rum in the world is? The one in my glass, yes! Or the next one. But the best one, technically the best one, is a free one. Yeah, like all these, exactly. That's right. See, I love this guy's a rum drinker. It's like 2 glasses in his hand, a free one. I don't know if we got time for questions, because oh, wow, we've got 9 minutes. Wow, I'm on time. So we got to, do you want me to take the mic, or are you going to walk around? Yeah, because, okay. Anyone got any questions? While we're sipping rum, because nothing better than sipping rum. Oh, I have a question over here.
So is it frowned upon to put ice in your rum?
Is it, oh, I was going to talk there. Is it frowned upon to put ice in your rum? No, it's not. Again, it's about your own personal experience. Some people put ice inside their rum just to cool it down, slightly melt it, not dilute it quickly, especially if it's a nice cold ice cube. The only time I put ice in my rum is if I'm in a really hot country and I'm drinking really high strength rum, 50% and higher. And I put a bit of ice in there so it melts because it's hot, it's humid, and it just dilutes it down and opens up the flavors inside there a little bit. But if it's less than 50%, I'm drinking a rum neat without ice, or unless it's in a cocktail.
So as clearly a global expert on the rum industry, you've talked a lot about how brilliant the rum sector is and some improvements, but what innovations would you like to see to take rum to the next level? All right, what would you want to see in your next drink over the next 5 years?
Wow, that's a great question. What would I like to see in the rum industry because of innovation? I love flavors, layers. As a bartender, ex-bartender, because a little bit old now, I leave it to the younger kids. Now I do more guest drinking instead of guest bartending. So, but I love flavors, love cooking. So I like to see rums, it's innovation, but some of it can be marketing, but using different types of wood to finish or mature their rums in. So using different types of wine casks, different types of oaks from different parts of the world, because each wood or each barrel will give different flavor profiles. And then you sip and savor on them and discuss them. Is that wood adding bitterness? Is it adding natural vanillas? Is it adding natural spices? Is there natural sweetness in there? So we're seeing a lot of sherry casks used, Pedro Jimenez casks, Calvados casks, Colombian woods as well. There's a big brand about to launch in October using a new Colombian wood for their rum. Come to Rum Fest and you'll find out and taste that as well. So that's what I like to see, experimenting in that way, different types of finishes just to create layered flavors of the rum. So yes, in answer to your question.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No more for you, you're hogging. Any questions? I know, people are shy. They're shy. That's why we ask all the questions at the start, because you two ask great questions at the start. Okay, well, if there's a... Oh, we have one over here.
You mentioned earlier about rums being sipped and more connoisseurship. How are you seeing that now progressing as people are going to more premium offerings?
Nice, good question. So I spoke about rums being sipped, and how am I seeing that progress? Well, it's a double-edged sword, because when you get really good tasting rums that have no sugar added to it, no spices, all natural, they're just great to be sipped. The last one, Equiano, no sugar, no spices, all 100% all natural. The Santiago de Cuba, no sugar, no spices, all 100% natural. And there's a lot of rums out there like that. And they should be enjoyed as the producer wanted you to enjoy them. Neat, in your glass, maybe warm it up with your hands, so a little brandy glass or whiskey glass. But it doesn't mean to say that you cannot add sugar or spices to rum and still have a really good spirit. That could be sipped. That could be sipped. I think because it's rum, and the most popular rums in the world are the lower end, we automatically default to this has to be mixed. It has to be mixed, not sipped. So we are seeing a lot of rum companies promote and market their products as sipping rums just to combat that prejudgment that we have of rums. I'm not a massive fan of the word sipping rum as a descriptor, because I believe all rums can be sipped, depending on the actual person. But I do understand why it's marketed that way, just because we do default to rum being something you have to mix and not something you would sip and savor. So hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully it's in your article next. Are you putting your hands up or are you asking the question? Okay, well, if that's it, I'm going to drink some more rum because it's free. I'm going to go around to see if there's any good rums out there. But guys, again, I want to thank you for giving up your time, for being here, tasting and sampling rums. Oh, Jay, cheers, thank you.